Hi, I'm Dr. Brown. In this video, I'll be working with Narissa to demonstrate and go through techniques of the squat. Okay. I'll start by saying the squat is really like the superhero of strength training exercises, okay? You are literally, and you hear this a lot, but in this one, I really mean it, you're literally getting a full body workout, okay? It's a superstar. It's incredible. Almost everybody should be doing squats, but you also need to really hyper-focus on form with squats, okay? So we're gonna talk a little bit about form first. So with a squat, we'll start with the legs a little bit closer. We're gonna just do a standard sort of like shoulder width squat. You'll want the toes to be slightly pointed just outwards slightly. That conforms to the angle of the hips, okay? You wanna put the weight really back into the heels a little bit, okay? Back into the heels a little bit, okay? Sometimes people will even put a little elevation under the heel to make it a little bit more comfortable to sit back on. Not necessary, but that can be done. Okay, weight back into the heels, all right? And core always engaged. Throughout the whole process of the squat, you're gonna engage the core. The most dangerous aspect of the squat is for the low back, but if done properly, it's actually gonna strengthen your low back and make it even better. People worry about their knees with squats. That's another thing. If you're doing the proper form, you don't have to worry about your knees with the squat, and it's gonna strengthen your knees, okay? Another aspect of form is that as much as you can, and biomechanically it depends on your own body shape, but as much as you can, you wanna keep your knees at or behind your toes, okay? Not always possible, particularly as you get a little bit lower, but focus on bringing the knees behind the toes. It's gonna put a little less stress on those knees. So Narissa is demonstrating a perfect squat right here. So she's hinging at the ankles, the knees, and the hips. So you have 3 hinges going on here. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so you really wanna focus. And she's hinging at the hips and maintaining a neutral spine. As a matter of fact, there might even be a little bit of accentuation on the lumbar curve. But at the very least, keep that spine neutral and have your gaze slightly upwards, because what that's going to do is also keep your cervical spine in alignment. Oftentimes people tend to start to look down on a squat. So you want to keep looking up. That you don't want to do. Okay? So this is your standard squat. Then there is a sumo squat. And as the name implies, you're going to get in a position that sort of mimics the position of a sumo wrestler, which is that wide leg position, and you want to toe out even further than you did on your standard squat. And one of the reasons for that is because it once again conforms with your hip angle at a wider angle of spread on your legs. And also, as you turn your toes out, it's going to hit the inner thighs a little bit more. So this is really great if you want to isolate your inner thighs. It's one of the best exercises for that, one of the rare exercises for that. So it's a great way to hit that. And here's Narissa demonstrating that. And if you notice, her knees are still remaining behind the toes, and that's real good. With the squat, another aspect of safety, or another tip for safety on the squat, is if you really think of that you're reaching your butt backwards, okay? That's another great way to keep the hinge at the hip and also to protect that lower back, okay? And always remember to keep that gaze just slightly upward. Excellent. Awesome. You're pushing through those heels. All right. Yeah. Cool. Excellent. So there you go. That's the squat, 2 forms. And just be safe with that one. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks, Narissa.